Finally, we're able to come to you live from Djuma Game Reserve after a couple of days of absence, and I really do apologize for that. I'm sorry we were not able to bring you our live safaris every day for the last couple of days. The worst time of the year to have some problems. My name is Marc, by the way, and this is WildEarth. This is Djuma Game Reserve. We're coming to you live from South Africa, wonderful part of the world. It's part of the Great Kudu National Park. And just like it happens on a lot of occasions, we find some animals to open up with so that we can give you a wonderful view when the live stream starts. And as we go live, they just all move out of shot. It's almost as though they have this built-in knowledge of, oh, sorry, we're live, we better get out of the picture type of thing. VM is on camera with me today. Alec is in final control. Scott is also there. The four of us have been fighting hard to come back to you. We've won one battle, and we've still got another battle to go, which is our other vehicle, so that we can get two vehicles out. And unfortunately, it'll be a little bit longer than we expected to get the other vehicle up and going. Technical issues and just the time of the year that prevents us from being able to get the right type of spares, a very serious issue that cropped up with that vehicle that is just proving to be a little bit more difficult. So that vehicle is known as Jigger, and Jigger has gone to hospital. The auto doctor came to pick it up today, and actually the company is called Auto Doctor. They came to pick it up today, and they're going to be working on it, and well, I can discuss later maybe if there's anyone that's interested in the technical side of things what the problem may be. But it's semantics really. The fact is that Jigger's not going anywhere for a while because it has to be stripped, and we have to find out not only why a particular electronic item burnt out, but what, or rather not only replacing it, but why it burnt out. So we have got a wonderful afternoon ahead of us. It's the hottest and most humid part of our summer right now, which is fantastic. One of the reasons why I want to get up to one of the dams, because I have this funny feeling that we might have some elephants coming down to have a bit of a swim and a bit of a party down at the dam. So although we're in a sort of the northeastern part, I want to get to the south, or rather northwestern part, I want to get to the southeastern part. So we've got a bit of traveling to do, and I want to do that with the sun behind us, because at the moment, facing into the sun, as you can see, it's blinding, it's hot. Humidity levels probably way above 85% at the moment, maybe 80%. Temperatures probably in the high 30s, which is maybe the high 90s for you if you're in Fahrenheit. And so the best thing we can do is actually just turn around and aim for the other way, and it'll suit us better with the light as well if we're going to see anything. No real plan. We haven't been out for a few days, so it has some impact on losing track of where things have been over the last few days. We've actually, all four of us, have been up to our armpits in, I wouldn't say grease, because it hasn't been a greasy job. It's just been an awkward job, fixing things, undoing nuts and bolts, and taking pieces out and sorting out this vehicle. But I'm really, really happy that we're on our way, and I'm hoping that she's going to hold from now until we finish, because it seems to have been that we found a major problem that we managed to sort out. The caravan flying over. Okay, so join me for a safari. Let's go and see what we can find for you this afternoon. We're going to go down into this open area here that we're just off Zoe's Road, Isle of Plains open area, and turn around there. Not much point turning around here, where there's an open area just ahead of us. There might be something out there. The caravan, by the way, is a Cessna. Got a 20-seater, I think, or 16-seater. Flies guests into the lodges, usually lands at Arathusa Airstrip. Now, Arathusa is another lodge that we traverse for us, our live safaris. But I'm not going to get there this afternoon because I want to go to a very specific dam, because I know that it's deep, and I know that elephants love swimming in it, and it's one of those hot days that elephants love swimming in. And I have no idea whether they're there or not, but I certainly want to try and get there. I didn't really expect anything here on the open area this time of day. Pretty hot, but maybe I thought there might be something in the shade on the edges. But it's nice to just have a little bit of a look. Very hazy over the mountains in the west. In fact, that plane is now landing at Harathusa airstrip as we speak. I've just seen it bank and go down below the tree line. Probably dropping off or picking up guests. We've had some more rain, we've had some more cloud. We drove through from Manuleti this morning in some rain, and much as it did yesterday, the sun burned things open by mid-morning. It was starting to burn open. It's a wonderful afternoon that nature has given us. Blue skies, patches of very, very high cloud way up there in the stratosphere. And one needs to the kudu that we saw at the beginning, by the way, there's a kudu bull when we were opening up, was actually part of a bat. The kudu that we saw at the beginning, by the way, there's a kudu bull when we were opening up, was actually part of a bachelor herd that we've been seeing quite a lot of lately. They seem to be utilizing the whole Djuma area. We've seen them in various different places around Djuma. There are 5 of them, big kudu bulls, and they've made a straight line through the bush. So we might pick them up on Zoe's Road, but I don't think I'm going to go that way. What I'm going to do is I haven't really decided which way I'm going to go. I want to go to Buffelshoek Dam. For those of you who've been with us for a long time, you know the names of a lot of the places that we visit and the roads that we traverse. And, well, on the way there, I'd like to stop at a couple of mud pans and a couple of places to be able to have a look to see what might be wallowing in the mud. I know there's most likely going to be some buffalo bulls. It's the kind of day that buffalo bulls are going to make a beeline for these kind of places. In fact, it's the kind of day that all sorts of animals might be wallowing or sitting in the mud. Oh, look at that bird in the road. That's the African hoopoe. Lovely long beak for probing in the ground. Kind of a miniature version of the hardy-dar in terms of the way it feeds. Probing into the ground, probing in, well, unlike the hardy-dar, probes in holes in trees and in behind bark, but they do also probe holes in the ground. Got a beautiful crest when they raise their crest. The moment it's folded flat behind the head, so it gives it that sort of hammer look. If you're wondering what that high-pitched noise is in the background, those are cicadas on hot, humid days like this, and they can become overwhelming. They can become so vocal, or rather, it's not vocal, they just can become quite noisy. But those are the cicadas that are a type of bug that suck the sap of trees. I know in North America you have a 17-year cycle with cicadas. They take 17 years to go through their life cycles. For this part of the world, we have them every year. They don't have those kind of life cycles. They are constantly emerging every year. Okay, can we pick up the wooden hoopoe now and carry on? And roll towards it, just to prove that it is actually a live hoopoe. There we go. Bye-bye, hoopoe. Sorry to disturb you, child. But at that rate, we would have been here all day waiting for a hoopoe to do something. And I'm sure a hoopoe's got better things to do than stand and look at us all afternoon. Questions at WildEarth.tv. If you want to send us any questions, there's also the Twitter feed that that you can follow. Hashtag Safari Live is what it is. Remember, it's not Live Safari, although we're a Live Safari. It's not Safari. It's not Live Safari. It's Safari Live. Somebody is driving with a flat wheel. I'm going to need to speak on the radio, and I hope it doesn't cut out the stream. If it does, we'll be back in 2 minutes. We're on our own. Not much was found on. I don't think anybody was really driving around here this morning. In terms of Odgari or Vuyatela or Juma, there are three names that we can use for the same property. The property is called Gari or Western Gari, and on Western Gari we have a lodge. There are two lodges, one is called Galago and one is called Vuyatela, and both of them belong to the holding group called Juma Game Reserve, because the whole of the area is Juma Game Reserve. So it's probably simpler and less confusing if we just refer to it as Juma, because that's what it is. So here on Juma, there doesn't seem to have been a lot of vehicles driving around. Not many things were found this morning. So we have an open slate ahead of us. We have to now start re-establishing contact with a lot of the animals that we see on a regular basis to be able to keep up with them. It's very difficult when we've been driving for a while. We've had some animals on camera, and if we continue, if we add it twice a day, we can somehow keep track of them and maybe pick them up again day after day. But when we haven't been around for sometimes even just one drive, and here we haven't been out for a couple of drives, we lose track of where the animals are. And